So it's your understanding that the following day, so we're talking about November 30th now, at 8:45 in the morning, Ms. Fine receives an email from a teacher, Alice Karpinski. Do you agree with me?
I do agree with you.
All right. And in that email, she is telling them that Ethan was watching violent videos of a shooting.
Yeah, it's my recollection that it was someone, a person shooting people, but it was a movie. It didn't appear to be a real life event or something of that nature.
Right,
I
that would,
think that's my understanding of it.
okay. So a video of a movie or some sort of scenario where someone is being shot, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And it's your understanding that that email was not just sent to Ms. Fine, but it was also sent to Mr. Hopkins, correct?
yes.
And who is Sean Hopkins?
He's the school counselor.
It does not appear that action was taken just based off of that email, correct?
That's correct.
So that's at 8:45 a.m. Then at 9:32 a.m.
Can I go back real quick?
Absolutely.
So the action, you mean action with the defendant? No, but I think there was discussion about it.
Okay, but he wasn't pulled down to the office immediately following
You're
that.
correct.
Okay. All right, so 9:32 a.m. Another email is sent, and it's my understanding that that email is sent to Pam, Nick, and Sean. They all receive an email from yet another teacher. I believe it's Becky Morgan, and that's the picture of the assignment that you were previously shown, correct?
Yes,
So in your multiple interviews with Sean Hopkins, he told law enforcement that he was alerted to a problem by Becky Morgan, who was Ethan's math teacher, correct? And he went to retrieve Ethan at 9:14 a.m. and then takes him to the counseling office, correct?
yes,
So you're understanding that his backpack with the gun in it was left in the classroom, correct? Now, the document that you were previously shown that caused the concern, it's your understanding that by the time the actual assignment got brought down to the counseling office, Ethan had altered or crossed out the most worrisome things that were on that page, correct?
yes,
I believe he crossed out the words "help me" and crossed out the gun, correct?
I think that's correct. Yes,
So according to the timeline that was provided by the prosecutor's office, would you would agree with me that sometime between 9:14 and 10:45, James and Jennifer come to the school, they meet with Ethan, and they're in that counselor's office, correct?
yes,
And is it your understanding that in that meeting, Ethan discussed that he was sad about the argument that he had with his parents, correct?
I don't recall that exactly. I don't.
Do you recall that he mentioned his dog dying?
Yes, yes,
How about his friend going away for a lengthy period of time?
yes.
And he told them he had no one to talk to.
I don't specifically recall that.
Do you recall that Ethan's parents acknowledged that Ethan was more sad lately?
I'm sorry, I don't specifically recall it.
That's all right. Nothing in any of the discovery that any counselor or staff that you've reviewed, did any counselor or staff member ask if he was suicidal? Specifically ask that question.
So repeat that again?
Sure.
Nothing in my investigation or?
Correct. In all of your investigations, speaking to all of the individuals that were in that counseling session with the parents or in that meeting with the parents, you are not aware that someone actually performed some sort of assessment to see if he was suicidal.
I see. I don't believe there was an assessment. I believe Mr. Hopkins said that he thought there was potential for suicidal ideation.
It's your understanding that both parents were resistive to taking Ethan home with them, correct?
Yes,